What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my Portland Trailblazers rebuild. We're in the off season now. I'm just getting right into staff signing, and then we're going to do the draft. I don't think I'm going to mess with that at all. Pre-draft workouts don't really do any of that. Isaac Jones in his back. All right. So I'm just going to get right into the draft, and I'll go pick by pick till we get to my pick, which is 14th. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Sim to user pick, yeah. And then I'll just look at the recap. 27 trade offers. Let's see what people are offering. We traded away Zach Collins, but I don't want to get him back. Dwayne Dedman, no. Gafford Magruder, no. I'm probably going to say no to all these, so I'm just going to quickly tab through them all. Because I'm not really... Ooh. That's kind of interesting. Pick 14, and we're getting Mac McClung. 6'2". He was kind of a hyped prospect. Jesus, 99 dunk. 99 driving dunk. I think his shot is terrible. It's not awful. Free throws are decent. That might be... we have Trey and we have Simons, but he looks like he's going to be a better prospect than Simons. But do I trade my 14th overall pick for a bench? Zaire Williams, small forward. He's 21, and the 6th pick in the second round. A couple of these are really interesting trade ideas, actually. Derek Jones Jr. back, no. Man, actually, I'm kind of considering those two. Naz Reid. Okay. Real fast draft summary. So Jalen Green goes first overall. No surprise there. B.J. Boston, Cade Cunningham, Jonathan Kuninga, Terrence Clark, Isaiah Todd, Evan Mobley, Greg Brown, Josh Christopher, Mac McClung went 10th overall. So they're offering me the 10th overall picked player for my 14th pick, which is interesting. Scotty Barnes, Jalen Johnson, Zaire Williams went 13th, which was that other option on the table. So who do we have here? We have two centers at the top of this draft, and I don't need a center. I don't need a power forward. I'm really locked down at those positions. And then the next best player here is Jonathan Kunnert, who his grades, 3-point scoring his grades aren't that great. Let me oh man. Team needs. Okay. We have three. I'm gonna sort by position. We have 3 point guards. Trae Young and Elfrid Payton, who's expiring. Then we have Anthony Simons. So if we let Elfrid Payton expire and pick up that Mac McClung trade, then he could be kind of competing with Simons to see who gets that bench point guard spot, which is a really interesting prospect. The shooting guard doesn't matter. Now let's look at our small forward rotation, because that was that other deal, was that Zaire Williams. And small forward with Michael Porter Jr., Terrence Ferguson, and Patrick McCaw. And Porter Jr. and Ferguson those are like our future. Yeah, and then we don't need a center or a power forward, who are the two prospects at our spot, because we have Capella and Robinson. And then for power forward, we have Christian Wood and Nasir Little. So I'm actually going to do that Mac McClung trade. Yeah, I'm doing that Mac McClung trade because that makes perfect sense for our team. Yeah, we trade the 14th overall pick for Mac McClung, who's going to probably overtake Anthony Simons on the depth chart, and he was the 10th overall pick. I don't know why they want to do this deal, but we're getting Mac McClung from the Utah Jazz for our first round pick, and they take Trey Jones with our pick, who's a 6'3" point guard at a Duke. Why did they trade Jones? Where was he rated? That's weird. So they traded us a point guard just to get a worse point guard with our pick. 2K, what are you doing? What are you doing, 2K? He was rated 19th overall and the third best point guard for his position. And Mac McClung was the second best point guard for his position and ranked 9th overall in the draft. So I don't know what the Utah Jazz were thinking there. I'm not mad about it because, I mean, that's a steal for us. But that's just weird. That's really weird. Sort by draft ranking here. We got 2 point guards, power forward. Maybe I'll just take one of these shooting guards because we don't have a ton of shooting guard depth. This guy's a 6'1" shooter. I don't know any of these guys. This guy's a 6'5" prospect, and this guy's a 6'5" finesse finisher. But he's a D+. I'm going to take this 6'1" shooter. I'm imagining this guy's never going to get minutes, but he went to Rhode Island, Otis Hawkins. Potential to become an all-star? I really doubt it, but we'll see. So yeah, we get a point guard in Mac McClung, 73 overall, and he has 5 badges. So yeah, in my opinion, he overtakes Anthony Simons immediately. We have this guy. He's a 60 overall. We'll sign him to a 1-year minimum deal. Just throw him in the G League. Maybe something will happen. Team and player options. I want to pick up Harry Giles, and I want to pick up the option on Terrence Davis. Stanley Johnson declined, and Caleb Swanigan. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to bring these dudes back. I'm fine with Swanigan not being there. So let's just look at our roster and our depth now. So we have Trae Young, Elfrid Payton, who's gone. So we have Trae Young, Anthony Simons, and Mac McClung. Mac McClung is probably going to quickly overtake Anthony Simons to be our backup point guard. And then we have Terrence Davis as our starting 2 guard with Gary Trent Jr. and then Otis Hawkins being our G League team. And then our small forward depth is Porter, Ferguson, McCaw, Jalen Horde. He's gone. I'm not bringing him back. And then Christian Wood, Nasir Little, Stanley Johnson, Stanley Johnson declined his team option. I don't know if I'm going to bring him back or not. Nasir Little is younger and better with higher potential, but if he's cheap as a depth option, I might do it. And then Swanigan, who's gone. Moses Brown isn't coming back. Their center's there. So, qualifying offers, Jalen Horde, I'm not going to extend, and I'm not going to extend Moses Brown. They can both leave for greener pastures. And let's take a look at free agency now. So, we have $26 million in cap with a little bit more because we have that $14 million in cap holds. Antetokounmpo, no, but Brandon Ingram could be a really interesting option. However, I already have a really good young small forward in Michael Porter Jr. who is going to demand a big contract coming up. So maybe I want to look to the shooting guard position. Fournier, no. Josh Richardson, I don't think so. DeAnthony Melton, two-way tempo pusher, perimeter defense, playmaking, inside scoring. With an A potential. 77 overall, 22 years old. I mean, Jeff Jamal Crawford here, that's wild. I didn't know he was still in this game. Also, I have a different background. I'm in an RV in the middle of Phoenix, Arizona right now, but the weather today is kind of shitty, so I decided I might as well record some content and put it out there. Giannis is interesting. He immediately makes us a contender, but then also, like, if we get Giannis, we're basically giving up on guys like Wood and Robinson and Michael Porter Jr. because they're going to come due. And they're going to demand big contracts. I guess like I have to ask myself if I just keep my team together as it is now and develop, if I think I can win championship with this team. And I think I can. So maybe I don't try and make a big splash here in free agency. Maybe I just get a depth 2 guard dude to throw in the lineup. And this DeAnthony Melton deal at $10 million a year. Let's see, he has this offer a qualification for RFA. Okay, so 22 years old. Let's see his stats. So 9.3 points per game last year, 3.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. .422 field goal percentage. He cannot shoot the three very well. But his driving layups decent. His close shots decent. 3 points bad. I actually don't like it. He doesn't really suit the way I play. Josh Richardson's interesting, but he's a little older than the rest of the core, and he wants a lot of money. Iguodala, like a veteran presence for cheap. That might not be a bad idea, especially if we think we might make a playoff run this year. I don't think we're going to win the championship this year, but we'll make a playoff run having a guy like Iguodala. Give me Iguodala, by the way. Universe on the line. John Conchar, 6'5", sharpshooter, shooting guard. Is this Years Pro Zero? Hey, is this an undrafted rookie with a really good driving layup, close shots decent, mid-range is decent, 3 points in 87, 6'5". Free throw isn't that good. This guy went undrafted. Passing vision's alright. Offensive consistency is really good. Interior defense isn't that good. Perimeter defense. Steals are pretty good. His rebounding is good. Stamina, what's his potential as a B+? 7 million for this guy. 76 overall, shooting guard, sharpshooter. Why don't I do this? Wait, he has a picture. He has a picture there, but what is happening? But he doesn't have an avatar or like a player face. How old is he? He's 24. Why don't I throw a 3-year deal at him and just see? Okay, Moses Brown declined. John Conchar agrees. All right, I'm going to renounce the rights to Swanigan, renounce the rights to Peyton. Stanley Johnson I want to bring back, so I'm going to keep the cap hold on him. Renounce on Moses Brown and Jalen Horde. Yeah. Okay, so I got John Conchar, and then I need to go sign Stanley Johnson. Or do I want to bring in Julius Randle? Or Jabari Parker's even cheaper than Randle. He's the same age. Portis, 6'10". He's 35. He kind of fits. Man, this is a lot to think about. Skal Labissiere, I like Skal. Juan Hernangomez, Beasley, Rab. Stanley Johnson isn't even like. He's all the way down here, mid-range specialist. And he wants 7 million. I have 26 million in cap. Julius Randle's a slashing 4. Jabari Parker's a slashing 4. Portis is an inside-out scorer, and he's taller. His layups and close shots really good. That 3-point's really good. Him and Christian Wood. But I want Nasir Little to get minutes and develop. So I'm going to sign that. I'm just going to throw that 7 million here at Devontae Cook, glass cleaner, stretch 4. 24 years old. He's the same age as Stanley Johnson, but he's a 77 shooter, and Stanley Johnson's a 74. I'm just going to do the Stanley Johnson. Let's do 2 years at 7. Actually, I'm going to do a 1-year deal, see if he'll take that. Yeah, he'll agree to that. Okay. Just because... Okay. So how's our team looking right now? We have Trae Young, Anthony Simons, Mac McClung, okay? Terrence Davis, Gary Trent Jr., John Conchar, and this Otis Hawkins guy is going right to the G League. Porter Jr., Ferguson, McCaw, okay? Christian Wood, Nasir Little, Stanley Johnson, okay? Clint Capella, Mitchell Robinson, Harry Giles. I'm happy with that team. I don't need to do anything in free agency. So I'm just going to simulate through free agency. Player progression. Let's see. Trae Young's up to a 91 now. Mitchell Robinson's up to an 82. Michael Porter Jr.'s up to an 82. Gary Trent Jr. 78. Harry Giles 78. Terrence Davis dropped to 78. Okay. Terrence Ferguson's up 3 to a 77. Nasir Little's up 3 to a 76. So everyone's getting a little bit better, which is good news. It's good news. I'm going to sim through the Summer League because it's a Summer League. Yeah. Okay, and let's see where the All-Star game is going. Los Angeles. Okay? And let's download a draft class. Because let's see. So we did, I had the 2021 draft in there. Let's do NBA Draft 2022. And we'll add some storylines. Let's go down to training camps. Okay, so we have one training camp. Okay, so I need to get a better trainer in the off-season, actually. And let's go untapped potential. And let's go look at our potentials here. A+, all these guys. Who's a guy who... Terrence Davis is a B+, Gary Trent Jr., Nasir. McClung has a B. Hawkins is a C-. I'm gonna hit McClung. He has a B. Now he's a... Oh, okay, so it lied, but he's an A+ now. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's advance to the next season. Okay, so I had to waive a player. I have 16. Can I just send him to the G League? No. Alright, well, it looks like Otis Hawkins is being released to free agency. Unfortunately, I can only go in with 15 players. So let's look at our coaching lineups now. Okay, so we have our starting lineup of Trae Young, Gary Trent Jr., Michael Porter Jr., Christian Wood, and Clint Capella. Same starting lineup as most of last season. And then right off the bench, Mitchell Robinson, who I do think this year could win Sixth Man of the Year. Harry Giles. We have a lot of center minutes, but Harry Giles can also play the 4 a little bit. Terrence Davis, Terrence Ferguson, and then Nasir Little, Conchar, Simons, Johnson, McCaw, McClung, sitting down there at the bottom. They'll get some garbage time minutes, most likely. Notable, we don't really have a backup point guard, I don't think. No, we don't have a backup point guard, which makes me think maybe Davis or Trent Jr. are going to get some minutes at backup point guard. We have a lot of center minutes, so let me do this. Let me take some minutes off of these guys, and let me bring up Mac McClung. And let's give him like 6 minutes. Just that backup point guard spot, give him a little bit of time there. And anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this episode here. Next episode, we're going to go in and play the 76ers and just see how this new lineup handles, how they play against a pretty good 76ers team on opening night. So stay tuned for that coming 2 days from now, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.